Hi, yeah, so it's Gaz here from Moth Creaturae. I'm just going to gob off for a couple of minutes, really. Just thoughts while I'm working in the shop today. Fucking getting stressed out over shit that I've got no control over, right? As I'm sure many other people are, and it's sort of magnified, amplified because of the recent lockdown, I suppose, because then people weren't able, they didn't have the freedom of movement that they were used to, perhaps. They didn't have the sort of, their way of sort of spending sort of energy, you know, they weren't able to go to gyms, they weren't able to go and do this, that and the other because they were locked down. So there's a lot of probably frustrated people, and yeah, I think the conditions around the world at the moment would have affected them a lot more than had we just been locked down and everything was plain sailing and rosy around the world. So a couple of things I'm going to gob off about is COVID. Clearly, there's nothing we can do about COVID. Just like anything else that comes around mankind, there's fuck all we can do about it. Apart from take the advice that we're given from those that know better than us as individuals. I know there's a lot of conspiracies going out there which actually might turn out to prove to be right. But if we're getting told to wear a mask, or we're getting told to minimise movements, or whatever the fuck it is, why not just do it? Because worst case scenario, right? Say theories are right that this is just a control measure to try and control and kind of, you know, if that's the case, right? Well, there's fuck all we can do about that. That's going to be the case, unless there's a massive rebellion around the world. But the fact is, say there's a small chance that what we're being told to do is correct. Try and minimise the spread of this fucking virus by wearing a mask. Keep 2 meters apart. Not going out when we're supposed to not go out and all this type of stuff. Let's just fucking do it. On the off chance that what we're getting told is right. And we can live another day to fucking gob off about how it was all a control measure. What's happening around the world is people are putting their own needs before the needs of the fucking rest of the people. And it's not really in keeping with their kind of looking after your fellow man, woman. It's not in keeping at all. It's quite fucking selfish. What we need to do is stop being so fucking selfish and just work as part of a fucking team to try and, you know, beat this. Next thing. Minefield. Racism. It's a man-made thing. The animals don't see it. We see it. I'm a white bloke from Newcastle, England, United Kingdom. I've got friends from all ethnic backgrounds. Not all, but a lot of ethnic backgrounds. I can't claim to have any understanding, like from personal experience, of racism. I've never personally been affected by racism. When I say that, I don't mean that I've never seen it happen. I acknowledge that it happens. I've never seen it on the scale that's the current argument. I've never seen police brutality, but then I've never been in the sort of police's crosshairs. A bit naughty as a kid, but never really nothing to write home about, you know, nothing to fucking go to jail about. But this racism, right? My kid, right, he's 10. He's, when he was like sort of 4 or 5, he came home from school and he was talking about what he'd been up to that day. And he referred to one of his friends. For the sake of the story, we'll call her name Amelia. And he came back and he described, he says he'd been playing with Black Amelia. Me and the wife both looked at each other like, you what? And he goes, well, Black Amelia. I'm just going to rest this because my hand's shaking away. Fucking idiot, full of caffeine. So we were like, where have you heard that, son? Like, wondering if you'd heard it in the playground. Because there's things you can do as a parent, right? And you're a filter for your kid, right? So when they put like a fucking PG fucking 15 or 18 or some shit on a video, right? You can be that parent that decides, well, they're going to watch it when they're a bit younger, or you can stick with the fucking rules. And as a parent, that's your judgment call, right? So, but as a kid, a toddler, you're certainly a bit more of a filter. You don't want him exposed to certain things on TV. You don't want him playing certain games that his mates will be gobbing off about, or seeing particular movies that you know will keep him up at night and all this shit. But as soon as I go to school, that filter's gone, because you can't control what other kids are then passing on to your kid. Because you can't fucking count on what their parents are allowing their kids to see. So it's not judgment, it's just a fact. So we asked him, and he says, oh, it was what we were taught in school, the teacher. So the next day when the missus was taking the Ben to school, she went and spoke to the teacher and says, he came back yesterday and he says this. And the teacher was very open, and she was like, yeah, we teaching the kids about the differences between people. And me and Trudy both had we're not campaigners, we don't go out, I certainly haven't been marching around for Black Lives Matter. Black lives do matter. I just don't agree with some of the stuff that's been going on. However, my wife said, well, why are you teaching that? There's only one Amelia in the class. So what fucking relevance is it? Because as far as we're concerned, there's only one black kid in the class, so why would you fucking do that? There's, clearly it's an obvious distinction between people, right? A colour of their skin, just like the colour of a hair, colour of eyes, or the height, or their fucking weight. But by no means should it be, unless people are going to say fat Amelia, ginger Amelia, just for no, my kid's fucking redhead ginger. But they didn't do that. It was just about the fucking colour of skin. So then when you look at fucking job application forms as well, and it says, no, it's all above board, it's all fucking giving everyone a fair chance. Why fucking put on ethnic background? What fucking relevance is it? If someone puts a CV, and it's a strong CV, someone puts an application in for a job and answers all the questions correctly, like above the standard required or what have you, what fucking relevance is it? You find out when it comes to the interview, and as if that even fucking matters. I understand putting sex down, and like, no offence to anyone watching this, fucking all three of yous or whatever. When I was a kid, there was boys and girls. My kid's growing up now in a world where there's not just boys and girls. It's like software updates. Society's like software updates. So you get your iPhone, and every 6 months or a year or so, you get a software update. And you choose whether you're going to update it, because you know that accepting that update is going to slow the fucking hardware of your phone down. So eventually it's going to force you into buying a new phone, whatever. But you know that if you don't get the software update, any bugs that are getting passed around are going to fucking, carry on affecting your phone. And so ultimately you're going to be fucked and end up having to get a new phone anyway. So your phone gets your software updates just like your computer. But society hides out software updates. How many genders there are? Honest to God, I'm not taking the piss out of it. I'm so open-minded that I'll accept anything. But it is hard to stay with that curve when things change so quickly. So you can appreciate how, I'm 41, some people in older generations would struggle. So if you can appreciate that, you've also got to appreciate that some people in older generations might have to be cut slack, because things have changed so fucking much in their life that they've, the time they've had on the earth, they might be able to keep up with it. Anyway, food for thought. Me gobbing off. I needed a fucking vent. Let us know what you think. Put in the comments below. I hope we can sort shit out. Let's not wait until the next celebrity that we all fucking love to keep entertained. Let's not wait until the next celebrity fucking has enough, kills himself, and fans start commenting, let's be kind. Because they're then left with a void, because they've got to think of who else they're going to listen to, or who else they're going to watch on the telly, or who else they're going to read. Let's not wait until that happens, because every life does matter, right? Let's not wait until someone fucking shows us that we need to be kind. Let's start being fucking kinder. Right? Enough of my rant and me fucking gobbing off. Back to making some shit to put on the fucking YouTube channel. I hope you're all safe and well. Thanks for bearing with us. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care. Bye.